Good morning. Good day. Welcome to Love Morning. Boy, am I in a good mood right now. You are in trouble. I am feeling so good. Can't wait to tell you about my day and share some gratitude. I just realized, maybe I'm going to try to put this thing on here to keep from my popping. Hi. Welcome to Hug Nation Live. I am John Halcyon Stin, and it is Saturday. It is time to share gratitude. If you're here, say hello. Welcome, Heather, and welcome, Tim, and welcome, Nancy, and anyone else who might be popping in. I'd love to hear what you're grateful for. Welcome, Tom. Hello, hello. Please tell me what you're grateful for. I have had such a good morning, especially since yesterday I had a rough one. If you saw me yesterday, I woke up with stomach cramps and really I didn't know what to do. I took a bunch of Malox and went back to bed, and I woke up feeling great. So thank goodness. Thank you, body. Thank you, immune system. Thank you, self-healing organism. Ah, what a treat to have so much working perfectly without any conscious thought. Yay, body. Good morning, Gerbot. And good morning, Laura. Thank you so much. So my day today, can I tell you about my day? All the things I'm grateful for? Well, first off, I guess I should start with I had a dream last night that I time traveled into the past, and it was, I should say, I've been watching the Stephen King Kennedy time travel show on Netflix. It's just okay, but anyway, so I got time travel in the brain. I went back in time, and as soon as I arrived in the past with a group of people, we're supposed to fix something and heal. I was like, oh, fuck. Lisa is back in the present day in 2026. I don't want to be without her. And what if we make some changes in the past so that I don't find her in the future? And I was immediately just panicked about losing Lisa. And so I woke up and I was so relieved that I was in present day and Lisa was sleeping next to me. So grateful for my beloved, my partner, my fiance. So grateful. Good morning. Anybody want to share something that they're grateful for? Laura says, I'm grateful to have my health. Yes. Gerbot says, grateful for my hairstylist who I'm seeing today. Ooh, very nice. I'm feeling great. High noon. Thank you. Yeah, yesterday was terrible. Today I feel great. So I wake up to my beloved and I get up and realize that she's awake and she's kind of settling the pillows, inviting me back in. And that's my favorite thing, is when we both have some time in the morning to just stay in bed and cuddle and talk or just cuddle. So get back in bed and start the day with cuddling and giggling and laughing. And I made some joke about watching Saturday morning cartoons, because those of us old enough to remember life before streaming, cartoons were just Saturday morning. And then we started trying to guess cartoon songs by meowing them. Does that make sense? So let's see if I can do one. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Anyone? Hello, Healing with KK and Mitchagram and Ariel and Lala and Danny. And hello, Suzanne. Suzanne says, I'm grateful for a 70-degree house when it's negative 7 degrees outside with a wind chill. Oh, boy, it is a lot warmer here. So I'm glad that you were warm inside. Hanun says, I'm digging the backdrop. Thanks. I adjusted things a little bit. I changed my picture of Grandpa, and here's a picture of Lisa and I. What you grateful for? Please let us know. Laura's been rewatching The Outlander. Suzanne says, I'm grateful for the fruit I bought this week that me and the hubby can enjoy every day this week. Thanks for sharing. Good to see you today. Good morning, Edna. Good morning, Deborella and Sarah and Chriso. Okay, so that was just the beginning. So then, okay, if you didn't get it, that was Scooby-Doo. That was a Scooby-Doo song. Zoinks! And then I was joking. I'm like, Lisa, can that be our wedding song? And we were laughing, and then we say, yeah, the officiant could say, now for the couple's first dance, please come to the dance floor, right? Meow. Oh, we laughed. So then I get up, and I remembered that as I was driving by our local park, that the roses are blooming right now. To give you an example of how different it is in San Diego. So our local park has this beautiful, really fragrant roses, and they're popping right now. So I invited Lisa, and we walked up and smelled the roses and shared gratitude for each other. And it was just such a lovely morning to be outside and smelling roses and feeling appreciated and sharing appreciation. Yeah, Gervot got the Scooby-Doo. Well done. Welcome, Water Woman. Anyone else want to share something that they're grateful for? Suzanne says, I'm grateful you've created the space where we can all share our happiness with each other. And if anyone is having a rough day, they can come here and get reassurance. Thanks. I get a lot out of it as well. You know, I've been using ChatGPT, or actually a version of ChatGPT that someone helped me make that is like it's trained to speak and like me, and I'm having it help me work on a book. And so I had all these chapters, and I had it help me figure out like thematically how they could be grouped together. And then I said, now can you look through these transcripts of like 25 talks that I've given, that I've had transcribed, and said, can you look through here and see if there's any ideas that I talk about in these transcripts that is missing, that seems like it would go. And I was just reading this morning, and it had uh, some really good suggestions. So I'm adding a final chapter on like integration, and one of the things that it really picked up on was the way I talk about these broadcasts. And so I really like that it saw that, oh, hey, there's some really important concepts that you frequently talk about that would be a nice way to kind of close this whole book. So thank you, Suzanne. I agree. Welcome, Angel, or Angel Heart. Carolyn says, the way you shake and shiver. Was that my impersonation of my being cold? It's good to see you, Carolyn. Happy New Year. High Noon says, I am so grateful for this third week of 6 a.m. wake ups, then meditation, and opening my eyes to a sunrise of glowing light. Thanks for sharing that. That's awesome. Hello, Lily and Melanie and Love the Outdoors. What are you grateful for? Leave a comment and I will share it with the group, because there's something really magical about hearing other people's appreciations. It helps expand our lens and not only find joy in your joy, but helps us to expand our perspective of what can bring us joy. That's a big part of the book, is that practice of being a love ambassador, and how gratitude practices and different ideas and mindsets can make life so much more pleasant and enjoyable and joyful. Oh, that's the Scooby-Doo words. Oh, thanks, Carolyn. Thanks, Laura. Well, Laura says, looking forward to reading your book. Well, what I'm planning to do is spend uh, the next quarter year, half year, like a week with each topic. And so I will be announcing it here and kind of brainstorming, talking through some of the concepts and inviting questions and feedback to help me kind of fine tune it. In fact, I'm going to show you a little video that I just made. But I've changed my studio around to try to practice to get a certain look. And so I made a practice video I want to show you. But first, Lily says, good morning. I woke up this morning and for the first time in a long time, felt inspired and grounded. And I'm deeply grateful for that. Yes. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. And thank you for sharing. Yay. Gerbot says, also grateful for my digital assistants. Sometimes I need a second opinion, and Claude has made some big advancements lately. I've been resistant, still am resistant, but the help that it's been giving me is more significant than I expected. All right, let me see if I can make this work. And I think this is it. There we go. Let's try this. My word for 2026 is depth. I'm going to try to take a break from that need to create things that get the algorithm's attention and focus on depth of connection with the people close to me, with my family, with my parents, with my beloved Lisa, with Asher, and with my digital community that is also focused on depth and gratitude and connection. So if you see me posting less, that's what's going on. If you'd like to join me on this exploration of depth, stay tuned and look for my post about some Zoom calls where I'm going to be doing a topic a week and trying to really sit with some ideas. Ideas like crap or cone, or love more, fear less, or float more, steer less, or the optimism tax. And spending a week in each idea so that the conversations and the questions and the resources and the suggested readings we can share with each other can get us to a depth of understanding of some of these ideas that are too important to shove into a reel and get a clickbait. I hope you are making space for gratitude in this wild ride of a year that we're having. I love you. So I was just kind of playing and recording. I'm not yet committed to doing a Zoom every week, but that's one of the thoughts of it. And really, that was I converted my green screen studio into a white screen, and that way I can do full body, which means, and then I can like make myself big and small. I don't know if that even came through, but I'm excited. And yeah, yeah. Um, when does it start? February 8th is going to be the beginning of the first week. And as far as invitations, I will be sending that out on my newsletter. So if you're subscribed to my Substack, I will be sending out details on that, as well as posting places. But the way the algorithms work, you can't really depend on seeing it in your feed. If you're not on my Substack, you can go to lifestudent.com, and that has a link to my newsletter. Suzanne says, make it so. Yeah. Good morning, Chris. Noon says, I'm grateful for the newest pod of Stay Sparked. Going to social situations can be difficult. Ooh, thank you. Stay Sparked is the podcast I do with Betsy, and the most recent episode is about kind of tips for socializing. We call it a sparkle snack. So most episodes are close to an hour. Occasionally we do one that's like 10 to 15 minutes, and those are little shorter ones. So this one's a shorter one, and it's just kind of for people that say like, I don't like small talk, or, I'm uncomfortable in social situations. It was just us talking about some ways to make socializing easier and more enjoyable. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks, High Noon. Thanks, Gerbot. Michael says, I am grateful for fire, the fire of inspiration and warmth in my Tumo practices. I'm grateful for the warmth of spirit and nourishment that heats up my life and animates me. Mm. Super cool. I'm not familiar with Tumo, but I love that share. Carolyn says, I'm grateful for my new hobby of brewing kombucha, kefir, vinegar, and ginger. Ginger bug? 2026 is the year of the microbiome for me. Awesome. I had a bunch of scobies for a while and was making kombucha, but I've since parted ways with my scobies, but that's cool. It's a great hobby. Fire. Welcome, Cheryl and Megna and Teresa, and anyone who might be popping in. Anyone want to share gratitude? Something that you're appreciating in the world right now? We'll go for a few more minutes and then have a hug and head out into our day. Oh, I know what else I'm grateful for. Welcome, John. I just bought Jitterbug perfume by Tom Robbins. I read it years ago, but it's not available as an Audible. I've been rereading and rereading or re-listening to the ones that are on Audible, like something Home from Damp Climates, Invalids Home from Damp, whatever. I've listened to that probably 4 times. I love it. Tom Robbins. If you're not familiar with Tom Robbins, the author, he is in a class by himself. His word artistry is incredible. So I just started it, and the first sentence, I'm just like, damn. So I'm gonna share it with you. The beet is the most intense of vegetables. The radish, admittedly, is more feverish, but the fire of the radish is a cold fire, the fire of discontent, not of passion. Tomatoes are lusty enough, yet there runs through tomatoes an undercurrent of frivolity. Beets are deadly serious. The beet is the melancholy vegetable, the one most willing to suffer. You can't squeeze blood out of a turnip. And it keeps going on and on and on about the beet. And then finally saying, an old Ukrainian proverb warns, a tale that begins with a beet will end with the devil. That is a risk we have to take. And then the narrative of the book story starts, and it starts with a woman going through her daily practices and then finding a beet on her doorstep. So I don't remember this book, so I'm excited to return to his mastery of language. Again, if you're not familiar with Tom Robbins, and if you're, Tom Robbins, he, in one of his books, he published a PO box and invited letters, and he would respond to everyone. So I wrote him and invited him to Burning Man, and he wrote me back this incredible response saying, how do you know I don't go already? I could be in disguise behind you in the shadows. You'll know it's me by the secret word I give you or something. It was so awesome. Tom says, I'm grateful for a drive through the desert to meet my daughter for breakfast. Well, please pass on my hello to Scarlett. Anyone else want to share a little gratitude before we head out in the day? I'm grateful for my men's group activity. I think I mentioned it, where as we did this mapping of the future, I realized that how important humor is for me. So as I'm going through my plans for a book and the chapters, I'm like, I want to make sure I stay silly in the way that I speak, even though the topics are quite serious. There's plenty of people that speak seriously about serious things. So I want to be fun. Yeah. Any last gratitudes? I'm sure grateful for this practice. I'm grateful for 2 birthday parties that I'm going today, both musical. One is a friend who plays, like, Persian music, and then the other one is an incredible musician who does all sorts of stuff, but I think the timing is gonna work. I'm gonna be there during a Sade cover band. Chris says, "Still grateful of the remembrances from a week ago with sunsets and seals." Mm, lovely. Well, I'm grateful that I had such a wonderful morning with my beloved, and because she's gonna be leaving town for a few days, and I'm grateful that I got a call from my mom this morning. Actually, I sent her a text of some, uh, pictures from my coloring book. I've been getting very into coloring, and she called me and let me know that she had a really, um, helpful, productive meeting with her doctor because she's had a kind of a cough that wouldn't go away, but it was very encouraging, and so very happy that my mom is close and nearby and healing. Well, before we head out into our days, let's remember that we are love ambassadors and we have the ability wherever we are right now. We don't need to fix anything or learn anything or get uh, any certifications. We have the ability to make the world warmer and more loving. Even if that just means we treat ourselves with more patience and understanding and self-care, that could be a perfectly valid and important role for a love ambassador to take care of one of the people on this planet, which is you. And if you're filled up, then share some of that goodness with the world around you, with kind eyes, with compliment, with holding the door open, with genuine curiosity and patience for the fellow human beings doing their best. So thank you for being one of those so important love ambassadors, and in doing so, giving others permission to boldly be an activist in the direction of kindness. It's important. Thank you. High Noon letting us know that we are enough. Misty, good morning. What a wonderful way to finish this broadcast, to see you and say good morning, good day, wherever you are. Give yourself a big old squeeze, a give hug to this body. And as you're doing so, feel that you're hugging not just you, but me and all the people that have been here and coming through here and that are sharing in this energy of this intention. And feel us holding you, anchored into this place deeper than our egos and our thoughts, into the place of our shared humanity. Feeling connected, feeling grateful as we take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of us here, thanks for joining me for Hug Nation Live. Have a beautiful Saturday. I love you. And make sure you're on my Substack if you want to make sure you get the notifications for the Belief Buffet deep dive that will start on February 8th.